Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to make this short and sweet. You see the thumbnail, so you know why we're all here. Um, I want to start by saying thank you to, well, first of all, hold on, give me a second. Let me put his picture up. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Um, First of all, condolences to his mother, his daughter, a whole host of friends and family, YouTube associates, and uh, all the fans. Listen, since he's passed, it's been like a barrage of hatred. I honestly can't believe some of the stuff that I've been hearing, some of the stuff that's being said. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I can't believe it, and the reason why I can't believe it is because there's a life that's been lost, right? And from the most opinionated people that I've seen on social media, you're glad that a guy has passed away that had an opinion that was different from yours. Says a lot about a couple of people. I started listening to Kevin Samuels. My brother, I forget which year it was. It was either 2019 or 2020. My brother came to me and he said, "Hey, yo, there's this dude. He sounds like a 50-year-old you, right?" And I thought that was funny because uh sounding like me can be a bad thing at first because I've been told I'm a jerk. Um, I'm an a-hole. I don't have feelings and a whole bunch of other stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. When I first started watching them, it was during the end of Men's Week, and I felt like crap because I didn't measure up to the whole high value standard. I got more money than average, but I'm like, yeah, you know, I got some work to do because I'm not there. And up until that point, I wasn't trying to get there neither. And then, and then I was keeping up with his new content, and I was going back watching his old content, and I begin to feel like crap because I'm like, this dude that's twice my age is is really working. He's really working, and that right there made me put down a PlayStation controller, invest more money back into my business because I was trying to expand. It made me work on my marriage a little bit more. Um, and let me talk about that real quick. Also, during the time that I was, started to listen to him, me and my wife was on the verge of, just calling it quits, right? And it was pre-COVID, and it was right before COVID hit really hard. And and as I'm keeping up with his content, and I started noticing how he talked to women, not those cases where he blew up on them, but just keeping women on a linear path of logic that goes from point A to point Z with no deviations, which is a skill that I had. His was more polished than mine was. So I began to study how he talked, how patient he would be, how he would, sometimes you would see him reset the conversation like, okay, why don't we go this approach? Why don't we do it like this? But everything that he would say would be based in a logical way of getting whoever he was talking to see the point, both men and women. And he was actually more patient with the women. Um, I developed that skill, or I am still developing that skill. Um, and I thank him for that because that really did change the way how me and my wife communicated. Uh, it was that, and it was a couple other people, but since we're gonna make this about him, uh, you know, and one thing I won't forget is he was very big on show your work, show your work, show your work. Stop being lazy. Stop making excuses. You want this kind of woman, or you want this from your woman. Hey, you gonna have to do this. You can't believe all that. I'm a Miss Independent woman because women get tired, and I know that for a fact because really, just being honest, part of the problem was to make way for my wife to have the career that she went to school for. Also meant that she was going to be tired because she worked in the medical field, and that was kind of part of it because it was like I'm working, she's working, and it's like all this type of stuff, and it's like, and eventually, you know, she had to come off her job, but everything's been better since she quit work. We're happier. She's more well rested. Like everything is like easy selling for the time being. She's about to start working for my company actually because things are starting to be better, and I need help with office work and all this type of stuff. I'm not keeping up on none of it to be honest with you. So she's been helping me do that, and these are things that you would hear him talk about, and it's all the stuff that I would have in my mind. Is like, listen, my first employee needs to be my wife because why do I want to pay anybody outside the house? You know what I'm saying? But then hearing him talk, and this is what made me start feeling better because like you hear like the outside world, like yo, I'm gonna be honest, black men really aren't loved or respected. Like real talk. You got people on YouTube kill all black babies and abort black babies and black men ain't this and black men ain't that. You got the police gunning us down. Uh, the family structures are messed up, and I was making sense out of my own things, but even the people that I had conversation with weren't thinking how I was thinking, right? And then when I started listening to him, first I felt bad, but then the more I see is like I didn't take one video. I watched multiple videos, and the more videos that I watched, I'm like, yo, this dude really does. Cause like at first I was like, I don't know what my brother thought he heard. We don't sound the same. This dude's, but then the more of the videos that I watched, like, and he was talking about men finding a way to retire their women, and that's been my whole thing the whole time is get my business working, so my wife could work for me. Just little things like just little small things about like how to make life easier and manage and just do things like that. That if you grow up in this country, you don't really get that, especially from school. It's like this is a country with no standards and no set way of doing things. Like, oh, you flow and it'll do this and liberal, 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 and it's like everything's too liberal. when you don't know what to expect from situations, then you kind of got to go wrong. But anyway, this, this man put in a lot of work. I hope that more people do more reaction videos with his content. Um, he changed the conversation forever, and we can't let the conversation die down. Because believe it or not, like even my wife started to watch some of Kevin Samuel's stuff. We actually be laughing because you can see the frustration when he's talking to certain people, and he get up and he walk off from his desk, and then you mix that with the things that we see on Facebook and the things that we see on TikTok, and it's like, yo, like people are really mad at him. Do they see what's going on in the world? Right. Anyway, all that to say this. Thank you, Mr. Kevin Samuels, for your work. You've helped out a lot of people. Your program will be missed, and I will never forget to show my work. I'll never forget that. Show your work. Show your work. Till next time, friends.